Hey, what's going on, guys? Insta360 here with FlytPath.com. Now here I have the Insta360 One X. It's actually been out for a couple of months now, but today I'm not going to talk about the actual camera itself. I'm going to be talking about a couple of new accessories that have recently come out. Now those couple of accessories are the Insta360 One Drifter as well as the dive case. Now it's actually been raining here in Southern California for the past few days, as well. It's going to be raining for the next few days, so I haven't been able to test it. So in this video, this is really just a quick unboxing, seeing what comes in these new accessory boxes, do a quick install on them. So just kind of a first look at these new accessories for the Insta360 One X, the dive case, as well as the new drifter. And to make sure you guys don't miss out on the video when I do post it after I get some testing done with these, make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel as well as have post notifications turned on so you guys will be notified when I post new videos. And if you guys are new to my channel, my name is Insta360 with FlytPath.com. I do a lot of drone tech tips, tutorials, and product reviews right here. So if that's something that interests you, make sure you guys hit subscribe. And let's get into it, a quick unboxing of the dive case, as well as the new Insta360 One Drifter. And here's the new Insta360 One X. This is called the Drifter. Now, if you guys aren't familiar with it, this is what they're calling the camera dart for impossible shots. Now, Insta360 had a bunch of commercials and ads showing some, pretty intricate and detailed and close proximity types of shots using some skateboarders and some action sports. And it was just, kind of interesting to see the shot itself, because if you look at it really close, you don't see any selfie stick in the shadow. You don't see anybody really close by, but yet they're able to get these really, really tight shots and also pulling back shots. And this is exactly how they were able to achieve this. It's basically a silicone kind of football style holder that you're able to attach your Insta360 One to get these intricate and close proximity shots that are very, very dynamic in what they're calling the camera dart for impossible shots. This is the device that they've been using. And here is the box. So on the side of the box, it just says epic aerial shots, aerodynamic body, and then shock resistant frame. And of course, before we go out and test it out, let's unbox this and show you exactly what's in the Insta360 One Drifter box, as well as how to install the camera into this body. A little pop top right here. And there it is. How to throw, and nothing at the bottom there. So we'll put this aside. So here's what's in the box, minus of course the Insta360. I already have that, so you're gonna need to have the Insta360 first of all. So as you can see here, it is basically like a silicone mold that is of course able to hold your Insta360 One X right here in the middle. And at the top we have a screw which is gonna be holding that 1/4-20 at the bottom, holding that camera inside here. These two back parts right here are actually hard, so these don't bend. The two smaller ones here do bend, so it probably gives it a little bit of flexibility while it's in the air. And it's rigid right here all the way throughout. It is hard right here in the middle area, but the top area here is a little bit soft, and this is more likely so you can fit your camera inside there, and then you're gonna be able to tighten it up. And like I said, at the top we have a 1/4-20 screw for you to put your camera in and tighten it down. And this is to hold your camera in place while it's in this mold. As far as documentation goes, it shows you a little diagram on how to throw it, where to grab it, which is right here. And it says pinch the tail of the drifter and throw with care. On the back, it also shows you what not to do. So what's not recommended. Do not grab it by the actual camera itself in the middle, and don't hold it sideways when you're throwing it. So don't hold it like this when you're throwing it. Capture drift shots and how to install it within the mold. And it looks like here we have a sticker. So it looks like it's a sticker that's gonna go onto the camera itself. Pretty interesting. Not sure why they have a sticker on here. I'm assuming maybe it's just to add maybe just a little bit more protection, I'm assuming, for your camera. But they do have a sticker that goes, looks like it's gonna go right here to protect this area. Looks like another one that's gonna go just like that. So I'd have to peel these back, put those on there. But it looks like it's just a little sticker that you're gonna be adding on top of this, maybe just to add a little bit more protection on top of the Insta360, because as you're gonna be throwing it back and forth, more likely you're gonna be scratching it up. Now to install it, looks like it's pretty straightforward. All you have to do is place the camera in this way, just like that. So I put that in right there, and then this will then click in right here. And of course, the 1/4-20 at the top, you're just gonna screw this. And like I mentioned earlier, these little clips hold the Insta360 in while it's inside of this mold right here. So it's being held in there on both sides, and then the 1/4 at the top is keeping it from moving. And at the bottom here, it looks like there's another 1/4 at the very bottom. So it looks like you can actually screw something this, or maybe screw this onto something. I don't see any diagrams or anything for that. Now, as far as where the camera sits inside of the drifter, I did put it down here and on all sides. Of course, it is being protected. It's just so scary having two exposed lens just sitting out like that. You just immediately think it's gonna scratch it up once you throw it. So we'll see when I get out there and how it's gonna hold up. But as you can see, with it being in this mold, no matter what angle it's at, it's actually not going to be touching the 360, of course, unless it hits an edge. So if I'm throwing this and there's some sort of edge here, yes, of course, it could hit the lens if it's just like that. But if it looks like if it's on flat ground and you were to throw it, it doesn't look like it would actually hit the camera at all. But if you do have something that's in the way, maybe this is a rock or something that you're throwing it towards and you had no one on the other side to catch it, of course, you're able to, damage the lens that way. So you just want to make sure, of course, you're throwing it on flat ground or you have somebody else catching it on the other side of your toss. So here's a drifter with the Insta360 installed into the mold. And here it is, guys, the Insta360 One dive case. Now, this is what you're going to need if you want to take this, outdoors, underwater. On the side of the box here, it says seamless underwater stitching. We have waterproof up to 30 meters. And it's ready to mount with a 1/4 mount at the very bottom of the case. So let's get this open and see exactly what comes in the box and how to install the Insta360 One into this case. To open it up, we have a little pull tab here at the very bottom. A little tab here. Pull that out. There it is. All right, couple boxes. Let's go with the big box first. Let's open this one up. So we have a little pouch. And here is the case itself. It is a plastic case with a little latch right here at the very bottom. And then at the bottom of the case itself, it has a 1/4. This is so you can hook it onto a selfie stick or any type of pole or handle so that when you're in the water or you're out in the snow, you have a nice connection here to hold onto a stick. On the front here, we have a couple buttons that, of course, is going to be pressing the buttons on the Insta360 One X. And we have the dome top right here. Before we install it, let's see exactly what's in the smaller box. And in the small box, we have the instructions for use, Insta360 One dive case, anti-fog inserts. So if you do use this underwater, there is an area here for your anti-fog inserts at the very bottom of the cover case. And here we have a mount that goes to the 1/4 here. This is also another mount with the screw attachments. So like I said, this is a pretty standard mount that everyone probably has if you have an action camera. This will just go here at the very bottom if you want to mount it to a pole or something else like that. So you can mount it here and then pull this back. Latches right there. Open up the bottom just like that. And of course, here are the buttons on this side. What I want to do too is make sure that my lens is nice and clean before I put it in there. Turn this over because the buttons are on that side. Looks like it should be pretty straightforward to install. And it looks like it comes as a 2-pack inside of here. And both of those rings are gonna sit now on the inside here on both sides. One on this side and then one on this side right here. And that would help keep the fog out of the inner part of the camera. Then of course we have the O-ring, which will keep this nice and sealed. Now this is rated to be waterproof up to 30 meters. So you don't want to go too far further than that, because if you are, you're of course putting your camera at risk and might be too much pressure for this case. Push this all the way in, make sure the O-ring is there. And we have a standard buckle system right here. Push this here and then clamp that down. So there it is, the installation, pretty basic installation. That's all you have to do for the Insta360 One X. Let's see if we power this on. There you go, press that down. And as you can see, it's powered on. And right there, I can still see through my glass. It says 5.7 at 30. So I'm able to see my screen. And of course, if I want to record, all I have to do is hit this button right there. And I am recording right now. They say you still get a nice seamless stitching in your post-production, but of course we'll have to go out there and test it out, see how it works in both, underwater, maybe some surfing, some extreme sports, maybe some snowboarding, and see exactly how it's going to work. But as of right now, that's just the basic install of the Insta360 One X inside of the dive case. So there it is, guys, just a quick unboxing and first look at the new accessories from Insta360 One X. We have the dive case as well as a new drifter. And of course, I'll be leaving the links down below, so make sure you guys check those out if you're interested in these products. And as always, if you guys got some value from my video, don't forget to hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe so you guys get notified when I post new videos about these new accessories. I hope to get out and shoot within these next few days once the rain stops. Thanks again for watching. This is Anastasia with FlytPath.com. I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.